Boss PS-6 Harmonist is a very cool pitch shifter harmonizer pedal. In my opinion, it's actually underrated for how powerful it is and for what it costs. And in this video, I'm going to show you 5 pro tips for doing advanced creative things with it. The first pro tip has to do with your signal chain. Put this pedal after your distortions and overdrives and fuzzes. If your amp has an effects loop, that's even better. Put the Harmonist in there. That might be surprising, but it can track very well if you give it distortion, and it'll actually sound better that way. Here's what it sounds like after a distortion pedal. This is what it sounds like before a distortion pedal. As you can see, it sounds better after the distortion pedal, but having said that, this is the last time we're going to talk about sounding realistic in this video. This pedal absolutely can do classic rock style harmonized guitars like the Allman Brothers or Iron Maiden or whatever. It's good at that, but that is absolutely not the direction we're going in this video. Next pro tip is set it to harmonize everything you do in perfect fifths and then play chords. Just let it harmonize the whole chord. As you can see, basically anything you play sounds good if you use these settings. In my experience, minor 7 chords actually sound the best. If you think about it and you play that chord and the whole thing gets harmonized with a perfect fifth, you end up playing like a fully voiced minor 11 chord, but half of it's fake and some of it's real. It just sounds good. The next pro tip has to do with using the pedal's S-bend feature. This is like Boss's version of a Digitech whammy pedal. And the way it works is in this mode, when you step on the switch, it slides your note up to a different note. And then when you take your foot off the switch, it brings your note back to wherever you started. But the interesting thing is that you can set the speed of the rise and the fall separately. So if you make the pitch shift 1 octave and you make the rise and the fall both kind of short and the same, it's cool. It sounds like this. But it's a recognizable sound. It sounds a lot like Tom Morello and Dimebag Darrell. The advanced move is to set the fall time to be very slow so that it takes the pedal a while to travel back to the note you started on. And if you want people to die when you play guitar, you should play while the pedal is still traveling. I like to keep the fall time long and the rise time short so that during the madness, you can step on the pedal again to quickly get back up to the octave and return to tonality in the middle of a phrase. The next pro tip has to do with setting the harmonist to be 100% wet so that you only hear the pitch shifted version of what you're playing and your actual reference notes are gone. This means there's actually no harmony anymore, but your guitar tone will have a really weird resampled quality that I think is cool. However, the really advanced move here is to do all that while using an expression pedal. The Harmonist lets you use an expression pedal to change what interval it's using to harmonize, even while you're playing. So if you hold 1 chord and do that when the mix is 100% wet, it's like you're sliding into some new different chord. Here's how that sounds, and for this example, I also use some delay. For the last pro tip, I'm going to use the 3-part harmony mode with 2 other pedals to create a synth sound that is 100% unrecognizable as a guitar. In this example, I'm also playing with an earthquake or bit commander, which sounds like this. If you don't have one, you could just use a fuzz or even a distortion and roll the tone off. Put that in the Harmonist's 3-part harmonizer with these settings, and playing single notes sounds like this. Now to go fully advanced, I'm going to add tremolo. You could totally make a song out of that.